got me. How are we doing this morning?
Great.
Are you guys happy and excited? Yeah. I wore myself out before interviews. That's not a good idea.
You got this.
So, welcome to ICC Con, day number 2. It's Saturday. We're here. If you haven't been to the main stage yet, we have a stacked lineup today. We have some great acts here on the stage. We'll have Billy D. Williams. We'll have Warwick Davis. It's going to be so much fun. You're not going to want to miss a minute of it. So, let's invite our guests out here. So I have a Jedi Knight, Ayla Secura. I'd like to introduce Amy Allen. Amy, come on in, have a seat. And we have Michonne Bourriague back there with us, Aurra Sing. So we're gonna get some tales from a bounty hunter and a Jedi Knight today. How are you ladies doing?
Great.
I feel like I'm in a weird angle here. Let's see. We're live. So, how are you enjoying Nashville?
We're having a good time.
Is this your first time in Nashville?
Yeah. Well, our first time doing a signing here, and our first time here together doing a signing. Not my first time in Nashville, but
Not
my
your
first
first time in
signing.
Nashville.
My first time in Nashville.
Very, very good. Nashville's a fantastic city. Who are our locals here? We got some locals. We got some travelers, I imagine, as well. This is a worldwide convention. We have people coming all over the world. So you've had a day to kind of process. Are you having fun here at ICC Con so far?
Yeah, it's a great convention. It's been great.
Have you had any highlights? Anyone you've met or seen, or any fans that have sparked your attention this weekend so far?
I mean, all the cosplay, obviously, is so fun to watch. But no, it's been fun. It's been nice to interact with everybody. It's not been so busy that we can't chat with fans, so it's fun.
Any highlights for you, Amy?
Same. I mean, we're together, which is super fun. We've been doing this for over 20 years. It's become very good friends. So anytime we're together at a signing, it's just we love it. We have a lot of fun, and like she said, it's nice when you have time to have conversation and interact and really talk to people.
Yeah,
absolutely. So let's start with Michonne. Let's take us back before Star Wars. Can you tell us what you were doing and kind of what led into getting the part of Aurra Sing?
Yeah, actually, I was modeling in San Francisco, and I actually just started modeling. In modeling, we have it's called a Z card. It's like your business card. Oops, sorry. It's like a business card, and it keeps going in and out.
They'll work on that as we go.
Okay, sorry. And yeah, my card was out for a week, and I got pulled by Lucasfilms to try out for an Alien. I thought I'd be like doing a Levi's ad or something for my first job.
What was the audition process like?
What's that?
What was the audition process like?
So they picked 4 girls from local agencies. We all had a very different look. And then you would go in, try on the costume.
We're gonna get you another microphone.
Okay.
Time out while we get another microphone.
Okay. Yeah, trying on a costume, not the one I wore, but something similar, and then I had to wear the long-range rifle, which was funny. And George Lucas was there, which was exciting. And yeah, I mean, I didn't have dialogue, so obviously it was more just about my look, and I think I looked more like the concept art that Doug Chang had done, just like my bone structure. So, yeah.
Did they give you any information about the character or what you might be doing?
No.
Nothing?
Nope. Nope.
And how about you, Amy? You got a little bit different story, and we touched on it briefly in the last panel.
Yeah.
But for those that weren't there, you were working at ILM.
I was working for Industrial Light and Magic.
What was your job title, and what were your daily activities at that time? And then maybe explain to us how you jumped into the line of a Jedi.
Yes, as Lauren put it really but perfectly, I was plucked from production. I was working as a production assistant for Industrial Light and Magic, which is part of Lucasfilm. I would see George on a regular basis because he would come down and we would have what is called dailies, where Tuesdays and Thursdays were the George days, where he would come from the ranch and come to Industrial Light and Magic. And I was familiar, I would see him around. I started as a production assistant, sort of what they called a floater production assistant, so I wasn't on Star Wars yet. And then eventually I became a full-time production assistant on Attack of the Clones. And then that's how the whole thing evolved. My production manager came back from dailies with George and had a black and white photocopy of the character and put it on my desk. And
was it that person's idea for you to be the character potentially?
It just kind of happened that I think, I don't know what conversations transpired before that photocopy landed on my desk, but I think like with Michonne, there was similarities to the character, and so they plucked me.
Was there any type of a formality of an interview
Audition
process or audition or anything? Did you have to show them a costume? Or?
We did, yeah, we did. They did like a mock-up costume, which we took a bunch of Polaroids, and I believe Lauren was there. And then we sent all the Polaroids up to George for approval, and he approved. And then it happened. It all, kind of just happened very quickly.
How long was the time period between that and
when we actually filmed
filming,
it?
Yes.
Gosh, I don't remember.
It was like a last minute thing?
Yeah, it was a last minute. The character was a last minute addition. The movie came out in May of 2002, and I think we filmed it March or April. So it was pretty close to the end. Yeah.
Sounds good. And how about you? How long before filming began after you were given your role of Aurra Sing? How long did before filming began for you?
It is hard to remember. I mean, I was 19.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah,
Sure. I got the call that I had got it. I was in the grocery store actually, and then I think it was within a month, I'd say.
And now at that point, now you're on set. Did they give you any information about your character?
No, it was funny. They were calling me Baba Fett.
Baba Fett. I like it.
And that's all I heard really. And obviously I got a little bit more out of, like after I got out of makeup, I was like, oh wow, this character is so crazy looking, like all my long range rifle and my pistols. I was like, she's a baddie. But that's it. I mean, I left that day and I thought, cool, I'm gonna be a part of modern history and Star Wars, and I never really thought anything would come of it. It was just like, I had a great day, I got to meet George Lucas, I'd be at ILM, and I thought that was gonna be it. And here I am.
For two characters that were on screen for a relatively short amount of time, your characters and yourselves as the actresses that portrayed them have really blown up over the last several years, or the last many years between the movies coming out and today. You've got the opportunity to travel around the world representing the Star Wars franchise. How's that impacted your life? What have you learned from those experiences? What would you do different if you could go back to your younger selves and change anything?
Yeah.
Well, we can start with Amy.
I don't know that I'd do anything different. I think for me, I think it's neat that we met really early on.
Yeah.
And created or have this like friendship and this relationship, and like you said, it's been many years, and we've done a lot of traveling, a lot of conventions, made a lot of friends. I mean, it's a blessing, I think, for both of us, because like she said, we're a part of something that's, a historic franchise, and just this, I mean, I'm just very grateful to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And sadly, I was not a big Star Wars fan to begin. I really didn't know much about it. And then once we started traveling and meeting the other actors, and we became like a family, and I started to learn a lot more about Star Wars, and I started to understand why these characters, like some of the most obscure characters, gain like such a following. It's really interesting, but it's been so incredible just being able to travel and meet the fans and see all these guys again. Like, I haven't seen Paul Blake in forever. I don't even know the last time I saw them. I love them. They're so fun. Yeah.
We were lucky in that sense that when we started traveling, we were traveling and doing conventions with Kenny Baker, Peter Mayhew, Jeremy Bullock. I mean, we've had so many wonderful dinners back when we were young with Jeremy Bullock.
Hilarious stories with all those guys.
Yeah, like we kind of landed in between, the old school, and then the prequels, and then now it's all, of course, all the new Star Wars. So we've had a fortunate experience of meeting all those people from the original trilogy. Like, that's been for both of us, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
You're the middle children in the Star Wars family.
Yeah. So but knowing them and meeting them and whatever, doing conventions with them, and that was an unexpected part of all of it that's been really cool.
Such great memories. Yeah.
So, yeah, if Ayla Secura and Aurra Sing had survived, we're not playing a game yet, don't worry, had survived beyond their canonical fates, where do you imagine they would have gone? What would a bounty hunter be doing beyond? And if you hadn't suffered such a horrible death?
I don't know if she died. I mean, there was no body.
No,
So
that's
Star
true.
Wars,
That's
if you
true.
don't find a body, like she might. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It's alive. She's alive.
Thank you. Like, I like
You'd
to
be
think so.
bounty hunting all over the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, totally. That's so funny.
I think we'd be friends.
Yeah.
You do. You think the Jedi and the bounty hunter would have met up
Like each
probably
other.
at some point? I think so. If you've got such chemistry off set, you must have the chemistry as characters as well, right?
We put all our troubles with.
I don't know. We're a loner. That's true.
I kind of touched on if you could go back and give yourselves some personal advice. If Aurra Sing could go back and give her young self some personal advice based on anything that she learned through her experiences, or Ayla Secura could go back and tell her younger self anything. Do you know if it?
I wouldn't
I
trust
just
the
feel
clone.
sorry for Aurra Sing's childhood. Like, it was a sad life. I know.
What do you think was so sad about it? I'd like to hear more about what your thoughts are from your perspective as the character.
I mean, I think her mom was like a spice addict, and she was like traded around in different cults and at a very young age. And I think that's why her troubled past, why she became such a ruthless killer.
Let's see, what other questions did I have? I thought of quite a few questions just to kind of delve deeper into these characters so we can kind of learn a little bit more about them. I do want to move on from more of the character influence. Was there a time on set that felt magical or surreal, or maybe a time that you realized that you were a part of something bigger?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're a young person, and kind of similar stories with, shooting it at Industrial Light and Magic on the soundstage, very small crew, big green screen, and George Lucas. It's like,
I didn't know George was going to be at mine.
Yeah.
He just showed up, and I was like, it's
Yeah.
it's actually kind of funny because they didn't tell me he was coming. I don't even know if they knew if he was going to come. But we were in like this, it's almost like a hangar with the soundstage. You have the big door. And I was just standing there and talking, and then all of a sudden it opened, and it was like the light from outside came in, and I just saw his silhouette, and I was like, oh my God, he's here. And then I got really nervous.
yeah, that's when the nerves set in.
That was definitely set in. And then he came over, and I was told that he created the character and that he named her, and so it was neat to see her come to life.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a really cool moment for me. And Doug Cheng too, the artist, like they were just, he was like buzzing around, just like really checking out the character. It was really cool. Yeah.
Excellent. Did you have anything that was magical or any?
Yeah, I mean, just like
Did you know at the time how
what
it would change your life?
I think Lauren touched on it a little. I mean, he definitely, there was I think a plan for this character. I didn't realize that, it would lead to action figures and
no idea.
a more extensive comic book life. Like it kind of took off. And one thing that really set in the reality of it is when episode 2 was coming out. This was when people still read magazines. Time magazine was a big deal at the time. So Yoda was on the cover, and they put me in Time magazine, which was really, really surreal. Like, I remember my mom and dad just, because I feel like parents loved Time magazine. They were always reading Time magazine. And so then for all the images for the, Attack of the Clones, for all the images that they could have submitted, they submitted mine. And then I was in Time magazine. So that, for me, was like a very surreal, just like, holy cow, like this is like happening.
I know.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Yeah, I was in Spain working, and I got a call from my agent. He was like, "You know that part you did in Star Wars?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "They're making the action figure off of your character. Like, you're in comic books." And I was like, "Why? I was in the movie for like 3 seconds. That was like a while ago. What?" And they're like, "No, really. They want you to go to conventions and stuff." And I was like, "That's wild." But when I saw the Masterpiece edition, they sent one to me. That was a moment for me where I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
wow."
I remember in the 90s when your first, I believe it was the first figure, it's a 12-inch figure in the box with the book and everything. I remember I didn't really collect those type of toys in my, I was a collector, and most of us are collectors, and I collected toys, but somebody had given me your figure as a gift in that box set, and I thought the whole display was so beautiful, and it was such an interesting character, and I didn't know anything about her, but I loved her because she looked so
She looks so cool, yeah.
God, you know what? It was great. It's one of my favorite figures from that era, just because it's so different and fun and unique.
It seemed like you though, like having such a small part, and it's such an obscure character that they chose her to be in the Masterpiece. Like that blew my mind. And now, like, I get it. I mean, at the time I didn't understand Star Wars, but I understand Star Wars now. Why the character is popular and all of that stuff. But yeah, it's so interesting.
What was the environment like on the set? Was it very professional? Was there chop busting and pranks and fun stuff going on?
It's probably different for either of your coworkers.
Yeah, two totally different experiences.
Okay.
Very
Because
different.
yeah, I was working with my friends, and my boss is, so it was a different experience, and fortunately still friends with all of them to this day. So we have a lot of, they give me a hard time sometimes.
For either of you or both, was there anything fun or unexpected that may have happened behind the scenes, maybe even something you've never shared before that you can think of?
Yeah, so after I did filming, George walked with me to, I was so nervous, he walked with me to still photography. Like the images you guys see, that was all taken that same day. And he was sharing a little bit more about the character, just that he had created her and this is going to change her life. And then if we develop her, we're going to do mechanical hands. And the developing part really tripped me out because I was like, oh, I thought this was like a one-day thing. But like, wow, I might have. So it was fun to hear a little bit more about the character, and I got excited just to have some time with him and talk to him. That was very unexpected and special.
Well, let's. I mentioned backstage that I wanted to play a little game, and it's nothing crazy. We're not gonna get up and jump around or do Chapel Roan or anything fun like that. So what's gonna happen? I'm going to give you a scenario, and I would like to know what you as Amy and you as Michonne would do in the type of situation. Maybe think about your character, but you can choose what you would like. There's a Jedi answer for each question and a bounty hunter answer for each question. So question number 1, you're in a cantina when a shady character offers you a rare and dangerous artifact, but it might lead to trouble with the Hutts. Do you take it or turn it down? Now, the Jedi answer would be turn it down to avoid conflict. Or the bounty hunter would say, take it for the thrill and potential credits. Michonne?
Yeah.
They're both going bounty hunter on that one. They're taking that money. Taking the money and running.
Credits. It's all about the credits.
All about the credits.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, let's try one. I'm going to give somebody in the audience the chance to think of one as well. So if you think of a really good one while we're going on through the next one. You find out that one of your allies has betrayed your group. Do you forgive them or track them down for payback? The Jedi would try to understand the betrayal and seek peace. The bounty hunter would hunt them for justice or revenge. Justice or revenge. And Amy? justice or revenge. So I'm starting to see that maybe Ayla Secura may be a better bounty hunter than a Jedi. Maybe Order 66 came too soon. They could have converted her.
Yeah, seriously. We still don't know. Like she said, there's no body.
There's no body.
Yeah, no, we saw the body.
Well, you just thought
You
fall.
fall, yeah.
I'm gonna do one more, then we'll do the audience. You stumble upon a secret Sith hologram holocron, sorry, that promises immense power, but could corrupt you. Do you study it or destroy it? The Jedi would destroy it to prevent falling into the dark side's hands, and the bounty hunter would study it to see how they could use it to their advantage.
That's true, yeah.
Amy?
I mean, I would study it. Take it to my advantage.
Sean's taking it to her advantage. You're sticking with that. They're sisters. These ladies are true blue sisters at heart. Okay, let's see if somebody in the audience came up with a good scenario. We got one here over in the front.
Hey, all I gotta say is we've seen bodies cut in half in Star Wars, and that didn't keep them from coming back. So you're good.
And how do you believe Tobias? Yeah, come on.
Hey guys, who do we need to fight, Ayla or Aurra?
I mean, that's hard. You go ahead, Amy. We've had this question before.
Yeah, you can never really answer these questions the right way, because
You're gonna make somebody mad one way or the
you
other.
are. It's kind of like when we always get asked,
Think that you would, and I like to think that I would. So.
and we always get asked who our favorite Star Wars character is too, and that's always an impossibly difficult
So
question to
difficult.
answer too.
So hard.
I mean, I'm gonna go Ayla Secura.
There you go.
Do you have a
I'm
Star
going
Wars?
Jedi on this one.
Audience by applause.
What?
Yes, audience by applause.
Audience by applause. Ayla Secura.
Ooh.
And
Oh, Aurra Sing.
Aurra Sing.
I think the Jedi wins this one.
the
Yeah,
Jedi.
I think the Jedi wins this one. All right, we'll do some more Q&A in a little while. Don't worry. So feel free to think of some more questions for a bit. I'm gonna go back to my game though, real quick. We're almost done.
I know.
Thankfully.
So this one's going to be a fun one. You're offered a lifetime supply of blue milk if you complete a dangerous mission. Do you take the deal or negotiate for more? The Jedi would politely decline. The Force sustains me. And the bounty hunter would negotiate for more, because who can live on just blue milk?
I'm gonna go with the Force.
Going with the
Yes.
Jedi this time. This is the first Jedi
Yes.
answer you've gone with. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Michonne?
actually, I'm with Amy on that one too. Like, we really can't separate our answers.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
We share,
no blue. No
we
blue
share our
milk.
brains sometimes.
No blue milk. You're asked to babysit a young Ewok for a week.
You're a horrible
Do you
babysitter.
accept or pass it off on someone else?
I'm gonna take that Ewok.
Well, the Jedi is going to accept. Teaching the next generation is part of my duty. And the bounty hunter would pass. Someone else can handle this furry mess.
I'll take the
Definitely
Ewok.
passing.
I'll take the Ewok.
Okay. Oh, this is the first answer that you've differed on. That's interesting.
No, I'm kidding. I have 4 kids. Definitely take the Ewok.
You're used to it by now. After 2, it's just kind of yeah. It's the same. The last question. You're invited to Jabba the Hutt's birthday party. Do you go or make an excuse to skip it? Now, the Jedi would politely decline. You have more important matters to attend
I would
to.
definitely go.
And the bounty hunter would go. Great networking opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
No, I would politely decline.
Decline.
Yeah. Bring out my next bounty.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I think that's all the questions I have on my game. So no more being on the spot. Let's see. Let's skip that one. That's not good. What is the most unique or unexpected fan theory or interpretation of your character that you've heard? Have you heard anything strange, odd, that you thought was a little out there?
Not that I recall. I think this, I don't know if this really answers the question, but I think when we see tattoos of our characters, I think that's like really,
You think that's a
Blows your
commitment?
mind.
It's a commitment.
yes, I mean, that's always like, wow, that's
Yeah, not storyline stuff really.
yeah, but no, I can't think of anything that
Have you ever been asked to sign somebody's skin so they can tattoo
yeah.
your
Yes.
autograph?
Oh, yeah. Yes,
That happens
I
a lot,
have.
I imagine. I don't sign many autographs.
Not a ton, but it has happened
Yeah.
for both of us.
Right.
Go get it tatted right away.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is pretty surreal.
Anything strange that anyone's asked? I mean, something really strange that somebody's asked you to sign, or maybe something that somebody's asked you to write as an inscription.
Yeah, sometimes we have to turn those down.
Yeah.
You won't get too far.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's been some naughty
If
ones.
there's
Sometimes
a
we don't
request
make it
that's not,
Really?
we won't.
No.
We're
Understood.
too,
We follow the rules.
we follow the rules, so we keep
Don't
it.
make anybody at Lucasfilm's mad.
Yeah, we keep it appropriate.
PG.
Yes.
What does it mean to you personally to have such a dedicated fan base after all these years?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we like doing this. We like to, like we said earlier, interact and engage. Like, we've made friends, like there's one here, Nilda. We make friends that we, see, and it's just an experience that, I don't know, we're fortunate to do it, and we like doing it, and it's fun.
Star Wars fans are the best.
Yeah, they are.
Really.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, and we, obviously we're older now. We have kids, so it's nice to actually
Yeah.
get to go away together and do this, and really just be focused on why we're here.
Do you ever get to see do you get to see each other much when you're not working?
Not really.
No.
No. I mean,
We
I
used
shot
to.
her wedding.
I was just about to say, you shot her wedding.
She was
photo-
my wedding
photos.
photographer.
And
Which was-
photographed her wedding.
She photographed my wedding. Yeah, her and her husband.
Or knowing Aurra Sing, you never know.
Yeah. They photographed my wedding.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you and your husband run a photography business these days.
Yeah, actually, not right now.
Not right now?
We're taking
Okay.
a little. We're homesteading.
Oh, nice.
So we're building a house, and I've got some animals going on. and-
Fantastic.
yeah, very different. Like.
I don't
now-
trust anyone who doesn't love animals.
Right.
Yeah.
And Amy, are you? What are you up to these days? Anything other than enjoying life and coming to conventions and?
Yeah, I mean, I worked for a long time in the film business after Star Wars, and then when I had my kids, I stopped working, which I've fortunately been lucky enough to be home with my kids. And yeah, that's what I mean. She has 4 kids, I have 2 kids, and that's really sort of our primary,
Moms.
yeah, moms. Yeah.
This is fun for
So
us
this
to
is
come
like, yeah,
do
this
this,
is
yeah.
a fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Girls
Weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
I still
There
do
you go.
photography, I should say. It's not like I'm not doing anything, but it's fun. It's a creative outlet that I'll always love. Yeah.
Let's see if anyone in the audience has any questions.
Coming to
We
you.
got Chris coming around with a microphone. We'll get to everybody here.
Yeah, just wondering if you've read any of the comics based on your characters, and what was your favorite storyline that you've read?
Separate and together, I guess.
Yeah, I like ours, the one that we did together, or we have together. How do you say that? We're in together.
We're in together. Yes.
I love all the Dark Horse comics. That's how I kind of got to know my character, really.
Same.
It's not like someone called me up and was like, gave me the scoop. I had to go figure it out. But yeah, I love, and the artwork too. Gosh, beautiful artwork. Yeah, comics are awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like how we both got our backstory. But I know there's a lot of new stuff out there that I've seen but I haven't read, so I need to do a little catching up with the newer stuff. But yeah, early on, I mean the comic books are really how we got the foundation for our characters, and then they had a history, and so that was cool,
Yeah.
which transpired into real life. Like, yeah, it's interesting.
Did they have a history before you know each other?
That's that. Did we have a history before?
Did the characters have a history?
Or did they come
Oh,
after we?
I think after.
I think it was after. In the
Because
Dark
Somebody
Horse
might
series.
know more than we
You
do.
met at a celebration a number of years ago. Am I
Yeah.
Yeah,
correct?
2002.
2002.
Celebration 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just clicked and it's.
Yeah, I remember the moment I met her.
In a van.
Yeah, and we were like, yeah.
That's fantastic.
We're like, we are.
We're lucky
I
there
don't
was
know.
no social media a long time ago.
Oh gosh, yes. Can't imagine.
Or like even, I mean,
We traveled all over
we
the
needed
world
phones
together,
to,
so-
because we were geographically challenged.
We're,
sometimes.
yeah, it's amazing we survived traveling Europe and stuff.
Well, we're glad you're here and you survived.
So
Dave, you got one in the back?
Let's see what we got.
crazy stories. What's that?
Hey guys,
Oh, there.
so my question is, like, you have families that came after Star Wars. What is their reaction when they actually got to see y'all, like you in episode 1 looking over in the pod race, and then you in an Attack of the Clones? What was their reaction of actually being able to see their parents there on screen?
So I have like 2 sets. I have a 16 and a 14-year-old. And then I have little ones. I have 6 and 9. So I just showed the 6-year-old episode 1, and the little guys they just can't believe it. They're like, it's so wild. But they love all the action figures, and they love Star Wars too. So they'll go out and have lightsaber fights in the yard, and but it's surreal for them. I just have to try to keep them from unboxing all of my toys. No, you can't open that one. I need to get you your own so you can open it. But it's funny to see them walking around and like playing with the action. It's surreal.
Yeah, I think the kids definitely get a kick out of it. And that includes my niece, my nephew. My 21-year-old nephew has, my action figures in his room, and I mean, I think it's just it's been fun for our family. And of course, kids. I have teenagers now, so they like to make fun of their mom a little bit too. I mean, that's just kids, but yeah, we have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I think it's neat to be a part of it. So I think that they think that it's cool too.
Yeah, it's fun to share it for sure.
I was going to add to that question and say it's probably fun for the kids at school as well. My mom's a Jedi.
I don't know how many. It's funny, they're in a different school now and a whole new crop of friends, and so I don't know how much they actually share, which is
There's probably a group of kids that would be that. My mom's a Jedi. My mom's a Jedi. And there's probably the other group of kids that'd be like,
It's funny when they turn teeny.
Do the kids that come over to the house to play with the kids, do they know or see your Star Wars shrines? And
Yeah, I have a pit droid in my house and stuff. So there's some signs. There's some signs.
If I get a role in Star Wars, I'm not going to say anything, but you will know. We have a question up in front.
Yeah, I was curious, at what point did you know that Aurra Sing was going to be name dropped in Solo, and what was your reaction?
Oh my gosh, yeah, fans. Yeah, that is a good. I found out online, and I rolled my eyes, just kind of. But yeah, I mean, I didn't like to hear it, of course, but I just always like to tease that, there's no body, and it was like Tobias Beckett, like, do we really trust what he's saying? Thank you. So I was just like, meh, we'll see.
Coming around front.
I just had a quick question following that up.
Oh, geez.
Has it dawned on you that you supposedly were taken out by Woody from Cheers?
I know. My husband and I got a kick out of that too. It's funny. It's so funny. Woody Harrelson took me out.
All right, my question is sort of somewhat related to the very first question we had, but in terms of, I think Amy may have had lines that got cut, I'm not sure.
Yeah, in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, so my question is, in the Clone Wars, both of you characters show up and have speaking roles, and I mean, Ayla Secura is French somehow, and I forget what Jamie sounded like. But when do you like to see them on screen, your characters again, and moving and speaking? And have you met Jennifer Hale or Jamie King?
I have not met Jamie, but I'm a fan of her acting. I thought she did a great job, and I just love to see the character developed. That the fans can see the relationship between Boba Fett and Aurra Sing and experience that.
I have not met Jennifer Hale. I've met Jamie King at San Diego Comic-Con several years ago. But I definitely think that Clone Wars really helped keep our two characters, for sure, alive. Like, it really sort of cemented them, I think.
Yeah, while you're moving, you got one right by. I will interject later.
Cold? Yeah, I'm cold. Sorry,
Big fan of both of you. You're great. It's really cool to hear that you joined the Star Wars universe in a very unexpected way. Think about when you were growing up, like what was in you to make you be able to take that big of a risk and make such an impact in your roles?
I know you asked a good question with Lauren too, John.
Thank
She got good questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's my ride or die here today.
Always, I got you.
I think about it first.
Yeah, I was so nervous when they asked me to do it, and terrified really, because I don't know if it was better or worse to know everybody that I was working with, because it might have been better to not know, because going in there I knew everybody. So it's like one day I'm riding my bike at work and getting coffee for people and doing all the things production assistants do, and then the next day I'm getting, meeting Lauren at 5 a.m. in the morning and transforming into this character. But you just have to let your nerves do their thing and just get it done.
Yes.
And then when they brought me back for episode 3, I thought, Jillian Libbert, who was the assistant costume supervisor on Attack of the Clones and then came back for Revenge of the Sith, I had her actually sleep in the hotel with me because I couldn't sleep. I was so nervous. I needed her to get me there.
Yes.
Actually get me to the set the next day, and I was I was so nervous, but I don't know. I guess I rose above it. I somehow, and I had to jump and land on a stunt pad, and I didn't have any experience. I wasn't a stunt woman, but I was like, huh? Yeah. I mean, I just was like, you better go do it. Don't let yourself down. Don't let just get it together.
Yeah. I guess for me, I was trying to think about that because I was putting myself out there as a model, so I was wanting work. So, and I'm not really shy person, but I was really nervous, definitely. I mainly got nervous when I walked on set because they all knew each other. And with George there, and it was scary. Yeah. But for me, I mean, I just was watching this pod race. It was funny because I didn't know how fast. What was I looking at? And so the first take, it was way too slow. They're like, no, these things go really fast. So they had to use a laser to show me how fast, and then I was able to move. It was really funny. I've never told anybody that actually. Yeah, it was really funny. So I mean, I just did it, but and then when we went for pictures, it was fun for me because I got to play with the guns and so I was nervous inside, but I was also excited to be working and be there and so I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Amy, with the physicality of your character, I'm curious, did they give you lightsaber training of any sorts? Or
Not really.
No, they just said, here's a lightsaber. And
No, minimal. It like I said, it happened pretty quickly, so I had minimal sort of teaching and me figuring it out. It's funny, he ended up becoming my roommate, a guy, Steve Riera. They brought him back from Sydney. He was on the Attack of the Clones crew, and he actually, Steve's the one that really gave me the key sort of moves, because he was on set every day in Sydney on Attack of the Clones the whole time, and we brought him back. And he eventually became my roommate. But yeah, he was actually really good with the lightsaber.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so he was the one that because he was also came back and was a production assistant on Attack of the Clones with me, so.
Can you tell me anything about your lightsaber? Did you form a bond with your lightsaber? Was there anything special or
I
beautiful about your lightsaber?
I should have asked John. My lightsaber came from the model shop, and it was a lighter weight. It wasn't, the kind the heavier duty prop that obviously Sam Jackson and Ewan had. Mine was a smaller, lighter weight one that they built for me in the model shop.
Yeah, I believe the hero lightsabers have a little bit more detail.
Yes.
Accents and such.
But it was, but you don't. Yeah, you don't.
Unfortunately, you don't get to keep that.
No, everything is archived and.
Yeah. Somebody asked me that, and I was like, nope, the only thing I kept was the memories and the glue from the skull cap.
Yeah.
Would you ever like to have the opportunity to reunite with your weapons again?
Oh my gosh.
Future? Wouldn't that be
Yeah, that
fantastic?
would be
Yes.
really cool. That would be fun.
Well, maybe we'll see your characters in the future. We're probably not going to see Ayla Secura in the future. Maybe in the past, maybe, who knows? Who knows what'll happen anytime? We're about out of time, so I want to thank Amy and Michonne for being here with us here
Thank
in
you,
Nashville. I hope you're having a fantastic time with us. I would love to have you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Where can they find you both to get autographs? Or photos, or whatever, or all the fun stuff?
Yeah, I don't even, we're literally
Out in the main
right
hallway,
here.
and
Yes.
you're doing photo ops as well.
Yes.
You can find the photo ops schedules on your ICCCon apps. If you don't have those already, download them, and it tells you all the information you need to know for the weekend. We have a great weekend lined up for you. The rest, we have Billy D. Williams coming next. We are going to clear the room before this panel, and we will line up to come back in. So if you'll give us a few minutes to get set up for our next panel, we appreciate it. We're glad to have you here. We'll see you in a little while.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another big round of applause for Amy and Michonne.